Okay, in Excel skill 2.11, calculating loan payments using the payment function. Some real practical stuff that you can use in Excel to determine how much a loan payment will be. I went really quickly and threw one out there in one of our other lessons. I'm going to slow down a little bit to show you it in more detail. So what we have here is we've got cost. I put in a down payment total amount, which really is the cost minus the down payment. I have an interest rate and a number of years here. If I want to determine what my payment is going to be each month, then I use the payment function. Now I can find that, I'm sure, on the financial tab here. Scroll down to payment, and I can put that in, and that'll bring up my dialog box with where I put in the function arguments. The first thing I put in is my rate. Now we have to be careful with the rate here, because what we're going to do is we're going to select our rate, which is E1, but then we're going to divide it by 12, because 3.5% is our yearly interest rate, but that divided by 12 would be our monthly interest rate. I'm going to move down to the number per, which is the number of payments that will be applied. Now again, there's 15 years, but we need to times that by 12. Multiply that by 12, because that will give us the number of payments that are made, which turns out to be 180. And then PV, which stands for present value, is really the amount of the loan from the start, which is here, it's cell B3. So that's my payment function. Here's the future value. If I wanted to determine what the payment would be to have a specific value at the end of the payments, generally you want to pay off your whole loan. But if for some reason you wanted to see what payments would be to have your loan be $50,000 in 15 years, you could put that in there. Type just decides whether or not it's at the beginning or the end of the month where the payments are made. You can usually omit that. Really all you need is rate, number per, and PV. You can see how those are in bold. That means they're required. The other ones are optional. They're not in bold. If I hit OK, the value comes through there. That would be my payment for this loan. $120,000 loan at 3.5% interest for 15 years would require an $857.86 payment, monthly payment. Now, again, the power of Excel is I've created a formula. It's calculating that based on the values in the other cells. So if I come in and change the interest rate, maybe I can't get a 3.5% interest. Maybe my credit's horrible and I can only get 9% interest, which would be really bad on a house. But let's say I do put in 9 there, and you can see my monthly payment adjusts, goes up a whopping $400, $350. Or I can put my interest rate back down to 3.5. I can change my years to 30, and you can see my monthly payment on a 30-year at 3.5, which would be a great rate at a 30-year loan, goes down to 538. So that is your payment function. It also gives you a chance to see how changing values in the cells that are calculating that are being used to calculate your payment will adjust the payment amount. So you get to see Excel kind of working there. That's your payment function, skill 2.11. Your code word is BIG, B-I-G.